Buongiorno, ciao tutti, benvenuti. Welcome back to Papa's Kitchen on the road here in Bologna, Emilia Romagna. my Italian, my Italian is so bad. It's just so embarrassing. I went to the pharmacy this morning. I go to the pharmacy every day now for these stupid bed bug bites. So today I went to get some aloe vera gel. So I managed that. I managed to ask for the gel, and then she told me how much it was, and she said 13. I had brain freeze. I know the numbers, 3 and 10. I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking it's 30, but I know 30 is completely different. So I said 13. And then she was going to say, I think she was going to try it in English. And I said, oh, okay. I think maybe she showed me or something. I asked Claude to help me. It's a little bit different in Spanish and Italian. I won't get into it. But anyway, and then Japanese just keeps coming. Claude said I have a drawer, a buffet drawer full of languages or something like that. It's true. I have all these languages in my head, but the one that wants to come first is Japanese. Go figure. At least if Spanish was coming up, I'd be close, you know? All right, so anyway, I don't think my pronunciation of Emilia Romagna, is that right? That's the region we're in. So it's Monday morning here. It's interesting to see the way the city changes from the weekend to the weekday. So I went out this morning to look for aloe vera gel. Right now I'm going to do a food tour. 3.5 hours of eating. And I think it's just going to be me, which is really nice. Looks like the guide is British. Her name is Kayleigh. She looks very lovely. She looks really nice. All right, so update on the bed bug bites. The itching has calmed down considerably. There's still a little tingle, but I'm sleeping okay. They're getting kind of red now. The swelling is down. They're getting kind of red. So now the danger is permanent scarring. So I could be just covered in marks, or maybe not permanently, but for several months. So my next trip to the pharmacy is going to be for some sort of cream or gel that helps with that. I forget what it's called, but Gemini has it in my phone. All right, so this food tour looks like it's just going to be me. I signed up for one in Bologna. They canceled because there was only one person. They said minimum 2. But Kayleigh has agreed to do this with just me. So that's great. I go around these people. Walking up a different street today. Just these porticos are everywhere. It's just so beautiful. I mean, it's just so nice. It's like such an amazing space that they create. And yeah, it's old. I mean, it's really old. There's graffiti in some places, not on the main drag. But they're just gorgeous. And the city had a really nice feel this morning, you know, Monday morning, buzzing, people going to work. Of course, all the smokers are out. But I really like it. It has a nice energy. I met my neighbor. So, oh my God. So the apartment door, I have several keys. First, I open the first gate. Put the key in, the gate opens automatically. Then you go in The gate goes into like a couple different buildings. I think one is an office building, one is my apartment building. Then you go into the apartment. There's another door. It says non spingere, don't push. In other words, let it open automatically. Well, it never opens automatically for me. So I've been pushing. So this morning I didn't want to do it because there was this woman there, a young woman. She looked like a university student. So she was like waiting for me. I turned the key, nothing happened. So I said in Italian, I don't understand. Um, she, I don't know what she thought of me. I said, I don't understand. I said, it says don't push, but it doesn't open. She had like a little magnetic key card. She was trying it. It also didn't work. So I just pushed it. So then we got in the elevator together. We had a little conversation. I forget how it started, but I said, I'm new here. There are many things I don't understand. She asked me where I was from. I said, America, ma non mi piace a Trump. My disclaimer, because I want people to know I'm not one of them. There's a little hold up here, traffic jam. At least they're not smoking. Then she told me she was from near Napoli. Talked about the food. She was nice. And it turned out she's right next door to me. I said, oh, we're neighbors. I'm telling a lot of stories. It's going to be a long video. Hang on, because it's like 3.5 hours of eating. All right, so I'm one street over from Via dall'Indipendenza. I like it. It's a little more local feeling. Still porticos. Still smokers. But it's more like local activity over here. And I'm going, I don't know where I'm going. Over near the two towers. Now, I think the tower that I saw is one of the two. It must be. But I've seen pictures now that the two towers are right next to each other and they're both leaning. You don't even have to go to Pisa, you just go here. Let me show you a little bit of where I am. So Via dall'Indipendenza is over there. One street over. It's really pretty. It really is gorgeous. I love it. So from looking at my map earlier, I was actually supposed to cut over like diagonally and not go to Piazza Maggiore, but I'm going to go to Piazza Maggiore and then just navigate from there. Look at this pretty portico here. There's another pretty row of porticos. This one's gorgeous. I keep taking photos, but like how many photos of porticos do you need? But, you know, they're all different. The colors here, this one kind of fades to pink. We have this beautiful stonework up there. Really nice pink tile here. This one's really pretty. All right, I think this probably is the piazza up here. police station. All right, let's see where we are. Nope, not quite there yet. Oh, there's the tower. All right, this brought us to the big church. This Piazza Maggiore. It was a nice alternative walk. This morning I got lost. I took a different route home. I thought I was just walking around a block, but apparently not. My mouth is so dry. I think I want to stop and just get a water or something. I can smell the licorice from that little market up here. Let's walk through the market. I'll show you this little side street. Is there a mass today? You wouldn't believe how strong the licorice smell is right here. I smell biscotti. Now this guy's roasting nuts. Carali. Ooh, olives. Wow, those look good. A lot of candy. Snacks. I wonder if this is the quadrilatero that I was walking all over yesterday looking for. There's the licorice guy up here. I think he's from Abruzzo. All this different licorice. This is what I got the other day. They're so good. It's quite a random selection of stuff. We got perfume, jewelry, bags, scarves, licorice, nuts, pomeli. What's pomeli? Knobs. A lot of people. Panzerotti. Sapore di Etna. So Sicilian food. Arancino. Cannoli. Yum. Pretty plates. Spoon rest. All right, so it's about 11:30 now. I have 30 minutes to meet my guide. Just going to wander to the end of this market. And I smell more licorice. This time it smells like anise. Where's it coming from? Yeah. All right, good.
Now we have a small fair.
Niente, lo facciamo già per la parola.
Oh, this map is so confusing. I don't know which direction I'm supposed to go. The arrow is pointing in different directions than the direction that I'm moving. I don't know how to read it. I think I'm going to have to look up a YouTube video on how to use Google Maps because I'm obviously doing something wrong. Anyway, I'm getting to explore. It's a little warm. I'm wearing my jacket so that my arms are covered because, first of all, they're hideous. And secondly, I don't want to get them exposed to the sun because that'll cause more scarring. But look at this interesting route that I'm taking. This was such a nice shot. I wanted to take a photo, and then this guy had to come stand here and read the sign. I think he wants to be in my photo. Let's wait until these two people leave. Oh, I accidentally discovered the ghetto. So this was the Jewish ghetto in Bologna. So interesting that the streets are very different here. So it was on my list of places I wanted to visit. And here I am. So the first ghetto was in Venice. And the word ghetto comes from Venetian dialect, had something to do with metalworking or something like that. You know, here at Office Kitchen, we ask questions, we read things, and then we forget. But it had something to do with metalworking, so it came from, oh yeah, here's Via de Giude. It came from the occupation of the people who lived there. The Jews were, you know, kind of shut off. I think the gates were even closed. They were not allowed out at night. And then we all know what happened in World War II. So everybody was kind of concentrated once the Nazis came in 1943. I didn't know this part of the history, but after Mussolini was captured and Italy switched sides, and the Nazis came in pretty far down, I think even to Napoli, and then rounded people up. Okay, I think this is the right direction. I'm going to slight right up here, slight left up here. Oh, there they go. Wow. Probably if I had just looked for that tower, I would have found it. Well, I'm like looking and trying to restart. I thought we were meeting at a restaurant. Trying to restart and it's not doing anything because I'm standing right in front of the meeting spot. Petroniana Libreria. Oh, there's so many people here. Crowds. I hate crowds. Groups. I hate groups. All right, so I'm early. Not that early, 20 minutes. Let's walk up here and see these towers. Yeah, that's where I was yesterday, just straight ahead. Looks like this big barrier in front of them now. You don't really get a good view. All right, so I know where I'm supposed to meet. I'm gonna go stand over here in the shade. Doesn't seem, look how pretty this view is. Doesn't seem very busy over here. They have chairs. All right, so this is the Basilica Santos Bartolomeo e Gaetano. People are going out the entrance. Let's see what we got here. Ecuador. Il Signore del Miracoli. Oh, it's really pretty. I like the way the light is coming in. We got these painted ceilings here. All right, well, that was a nice little detour. It's really pretty. Very dramatic with the lighting, the arches. All right, so I'm going to meet my guide, Kayleigh. I'll probably film a little bit of the food. I don't know how much I'll film and talk. I can't believe the sky. They said, weather app said showers at noon, and sure enough, it's gotten really dark. I don't have an umbrella, so hopefully we're going to go inside. Oh, I just saw the raindrop. All right, so there are two nice British people on the tour with me. Here.
What I forgot to ask before, do you mind if I take...
All right, well, that was good. This is fun. She's really sweet, Kayleigh. And then there's British couple, Mary, she's from Ireland, and Mick. It's fun. I'm glad it's just the four of us. So we just had tortellini with parmesan. Hate to say it, but it's kind of an Alfredo sauce. And tagliatelle ragu with Bolognese ragu. Delicious, really good. Now we're going to have some sort of a little street food, and then a cutlet, and then ice cream. Ramadan. And it's raining.
For a pasta. I wasn't being a dirty old man.
Tigella with cold cuts to start. Then afterwards you
This is Italian heaven.
And there is a missing couple. He's just going to stay here forever. Just sleep under. Would you like to take a spoon for him as well? There we go. We want to. So let me show you the bottles first. Okay. So the special bottle is this.
everyone here, yeah. So this is the Emilia Romagna one. Also a DOP product, this one. So prosciutto di Parma, and I can tell you that this is from Parma because it's got the crown marks. Can you see the double crown branding? Is aged for at least 14 months. That's what they say.
What is the name again?
Petroniana. Cotoletta, so the cut, alla Petroniana.
I don't normally take pictures of my food, but on this occasion.
That's because they... Ice cream eating tips. Number one, if you... No, un altro cono.
And the liqueur hazelnut and bit.
Okay, hazelnut.
Which one?
The crema and the broccoli. I don't know. Needs to go on the cream.
You might need to make a little dent for me. So I've lost my stopper, which I usually have. There we go. Actual homemade one. Scusa, non ne vogliamo, grazie. Non so che ore sono.
Well, hello, I'm back. So I had a really fun time. It was a great food tour, really good company, a really nice couple. And our tour guide, Kayleigh, was great. So informative. I learned so much. And if I can remember any of it, I'll share it with you over the next few days. So let me just summarize what we did. So we met outside of a bookstore. I thought we were meeting outside of a restaurant. So we met outside of a bookstore. And then the first thing we did, we walked around. We went to a little restaurant and had our primi. We had tortellini with parmesan. I gotta say, you know, for all these Italians who say Alfredo doesn't exist, it was Alfredo. It was Alfredo sauce. It was Parmesan, probably mixed with pasta water, maybe no butter. Delicious. It was really nice. The tortellini were great. The sauce was perfect. Really nice little restaurant. And then that came with tagliatelle. I'm gonna go down this little street because it's windy. That came with tagliatelle al ragu. So tagliatelle with the bolognese sauce. They don't call it bolognese here, ragu. Delicious, really good pasta. Everything was perfectly cooked. So I was full. That was a lot. Fortunately, I like this idea. You know how Italian meals, I don't know how they do it. You know, they start with the appetizer, the antipasti, and then you have your primo, the pasta, and your secondo, and you're sitting there and you're dying. So what I liked about this is that we got up and we walked. So we walked to the next restaurant. She explained things along the way. We looked at things. I don't remember the order of things. So then we went to, so we had pasta. And we had a snack, a little sandwich, and now I forget what it was called. Ooh, I just found a really good place to walk. Behind these booths, just passing the licorice place. It smells so good. So then we had that little sandwich, and she explained the history of it, and yeah, of course I don't remember anything. It was mortadella and a soft cheese. Nice. Honestly, I was getting ready to pass because I was so full already. 2 pastas. Small portions, but still. All right, I'm gonna stop for a minute. It's such a beautiful day. The weather is perfect right now. It's really windy, which I like. We had a little rain. I can smell the licorice. We had a little rain. Oh, it's just a perfect day. So anyway, we had that little sandwich. It was good. It was perfect. It was small. I forget the name, but you'll see it in the video. Then we went to a wine shop. She told us about wines from the region, which are not really that good. This is not really a wine region. This is an agricultural region, flat plains and, you know, big agriculture and pigs and cows and cheese and eggs and all that kind of stuff. Very rich in that way, but it's not really a wine growing region. I think wine growing is maybe more mountainous and variable temperatures and all that kind of stuff. I feel like I'm forgetting something because we ate so much. Then we went to another restaurant and we had the cutlet, which has a name that I don't remember. After like saint or something, Petroniana or something like that. So it's a veal cutlet, breaded and fried with prosciutto and parmigiana. The parmigiana was melted on top, which I didn't know you could melt parmigiana. Delicious. It was really good. I had a glass of red wine, which was nice. It was kind of like a red wine that I would buy, but you could tell it was not the best red wine. But it was good. And then we had gelato. And then we had coffee. So the gelato, I'm trying not to make my clips too long. The gelato, she had a little bottle of balsamic vinegar in her bag, which I like. Kind of like these people that carry a bottle of hot sauce in their bag. So she had a little bottle of balsamic vinegar because she lives in Modena. She's been here for 20 years. And she put a little drizzle of balsamic on our ice cream. It's nice. Then we went and had coffee. And then Kayleigh left. And I sat and talked to Mick and Mary for a while. I think almost an hour. Yeah, over an hour. Really interesting, you know. People who travel are very cool. So we talked about a lot of things. They'd been to Cuba. They really kind of understand the world. I get to learn a little bit about British politics. Started off talking about you-know-who because they asked where I was from, and I said America, but I don't support Trump, so had to get that out of the way. And then immediately we had to talk about him. So we talked about him a little bit and just about our politics and some of the problems. So I am here as an American ambassador to the world, letting the world know that we're not all idiots and that a lot of us don't support him or his policies. So you're welcome. So that was it. Anyway, it was really fun. I'm not really a tour group person. You know how I feel about tour groups. This was perfect. It was just 4 of us. They signed up with Viator, so I signed up through Airbnb Experiences. They signed up for Viator, which is why I didn't see them listed on Airbnb. So I'm going to say, viewer, as one who is not a tour group person, if you come to Bologna, do the food tour. So informative. The food was great. All of the restaurants we went to were great. Every stop we made, it was just perfect. I give it 10 stars out of 5. All right, so that's it. So I'm gonna go home and rest. But it's just so beautiful right now. I might come out later and just walk around again. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.